So I got my package today in the mail. Just cover my address. That's where it came from. Somewhere in California, and I am on the East Coast. It doesn't sound really good, but I'm going to open it up to see what we have. There we go. So this is the kit. That's the paperwork. Of instructions. Okay, we'll take a look at that later. So here we go. Open this. And there they are. I think that's what's probably making the noise. Light bulbs, I believe, with the connectors, and then inside is another little cardboard, and that's what really was making all the racket. So you have the plugs, they're by themselves in there, they're not covered. Then you have ballasts where they were just banging against each other because they're definitely not wrapped at all. Ballasts. Okay. Quality wise, they look pretty good, I guess. You got the more cables. Inside of the box. Two-sided stickers, sorry, not stickers, so two-sided tape, connectors, some wire wraps, tie wraps, another two-sided tape, more instructions. So, I guess the other one is more like a troubleshooting frequently asked questions. So I'm going to put it in the back. Then I'm going to try to install it and see how it goes. Alright, so here we have the engine bay of my 2014 Hyundai Elantra GT. It is, I think is going to be, let's see if I can put my hand in front, sorry guys. Let's see where it is. Right here. This is the passenger side, so we're going to undo that. And then over here it looks a little bit more, I guess we'll still have the same room. Right here. So this, I'm assuming, is the OEM plug for the whole head unit. Right here at the top. And that's the driver's side, and then on the passenger side, it's actually down here. So I'm gonna have to modify this cover, because the ballasts are going to sit outside, cables are going to go inside, so I'm going to have to cut this in. I found the replacement covers for this on eBay for about, I don't know, $9, so I'm going to buy some of those in case it doesn't work. I can just put it back. So let me start taking the plugs out. All right, to see how that looks. I just took the plug off right there. Light bulb right there. You can see if that's the low beam or the high beam, but let me get it out and we'll see. So I just figured that out, that this side are for the high beams. So I'm gonna put this back on, 3/4 turn. So for the low beams, it's this one right here. So if you're looking from the top of the car, this is the front on the passenger side. This is the high beams, and this right here behind it is a low beam plug. So undo that. This is much bigger. And there it is. All right. I put it together. This is the light bulb, and then so I connected the red with the red, and then the black with the blue. Right here, those plugs. And then you have the ballast, and then you have the plug. So the connector from the light is going to plug in here. So there's a little extension cord in the box that's going to go from inside the light going out. It's going to plug in here, and then unfortunately this set of cables have to go back in. So that's why this piece really has to be modified to allow the cables to go through. There's 2 sets of them. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I removed the light bulb. So there's a plug underneath. The light plugs like this, and then it was facing down. The plug on the back was facing down, and then in order to undo it, I had to turn it this much, and then it came out. So here's the new light. And then it's going to go, you see that notch at the top right there? There's not one at the bottom, so there's 3 of them. So that notch right there, this is exactly how it's going to go. Like this. And then you're just going to turn it, and it will lock in place. So like this, and then it turns, and then it locks in place. Alright, so I got the light bulb inside the housing. You got the cable coming out with the plug. There inside, that yellow cable is the OEM plug for the light. So that's the cable that is going to plug into the back of the, what's that called, ballast. Right, let's see how I can do that. I think we can pull that cable out. It has a fairly long lead. It's clipped at the bottom, and I don't really want to do that, so we'll see. Right, so this is the little extension cable that comes with it. So this is going to plug into the ballast, and I just made this plug red and white. Unfortunately, the car wiring, both of them are yellow, so I don't know which one is positive, which one is negative. So the kit says you plug it in one way. If it doesn't work, you unplug it, and then just plug it the other way. It shouldn't harm it. So they just basically, you push them in. Let me see if I can focus. You push them inside, and they just kind of get locked in place. So pretty neat. The cable right there. Then I have the leads coming out, and then this lead I'm going to plug in right into the lead of the ballast. Right there. Okay. Okay, so they are plugged in. I made the connection right there. Went in without a hitch, so I got to figure out where to mount this. I may have to mount it somewhere inside there behind the light, but everything is plugged in, so I'm just going to test it to see if I come, at least if it fires up. So the first try, it didn't come on, so I have to flip this around. So I'm gonna undo this plug because it's kind of hard to see, but you see that little clip right there, supposed to clip it, and it's now on the back side. So I'm gonna undo these two cables right here, flip them, so I can then turn the plug around and then just plug it the way that it should be. This little two tabs should be right here. Now I want to warn you, I want to show you how it looks, but I gotta warn you that I have plastic dip over my headlights, and I have not done the deglosser, so it's going to look really, really cloudy, but I just want to show you the difference. So that's the xenon light, that's the fog light, very yellow, and then compared to the other one, very yellow. I can't really pull it too back, it's just that don't have enough room, but I think it's going to look really good. Let me show you on my garage door. You see on the left over there, and that's the one that I have not done. This one is the new one. So I don't know, it's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's still light out, very hard to see, but the other side is exactly the same thing, so I'm going to finish that up. I won't record it because it's wasting your time, but then tonight, once I have everything closed up, then I'm gonna go back and then show you guys how it looks at night. Thanks. Okay, so I wanted to show you where I mounted the ballast. So this is the front of the car, the passenger side. You have your windshield wiper fluid reservoir, and it's right there. So I did the two-sided tape, the back. I cleaned the surface with a little brake cleaner. That's all I really had, just to make sure there was nothing there. The car is brand new, so it really shouldn't be any grime, but went ahead and I cleaned it up anyway, and it actually looks pretty good. So I may check it in a few days, just to make sure. I don't think that tape is going to stay there, so I may be able to create some kind of little bracket. I got a friend who owns a machine shop, and either with ABS plastic or something, we can create a little bracket, and then just go from here, go around, down, and then just tap it with some small screws right there. So we can glue it in place either way. So, but it's looking good. So you got all the cables right here. They really look OEM. So I'm going to have to just get it a little bit tighter right now, get it out of the way. Maybe just push them down here somewhere, get them all wrapped up. Once I get this modified, then it will look really, really nice. I'll make the hole and then get some kind of grommet or something, or use some silicone to seal the hole so dust and water and grime and crap doesn't get in there. So, but looks good so far. Well guys, here is the car with the lights on. So those are the 6,000 Kelvin. I guess I do like it the way that it looks, but I have a problem, which is as soon as I start driving the car, the lights shut off. So I really don't know what's going on. I left the lights on with the car idle for about 10 minutes. They did not flicker, nothing happened, but as soon as I start driving the car, both go out at the same time. So it's not a loose connector. Not really sure what it is, but actually both of them go out. So while you're driving, if you turn it off and you turn them back on, they may come on, they may stay on, but eventually they shut off. So I just took like a 10-minute trip, a few miles up, maybe about 5 miles one way, 5 miles coming back. On my way up, I had no headlights, just the fog lights. On my way back, I turned them on and off a few times, but not really working the way that I expected. So I'm gonna contact the seller to see if they have any suggestions. Also, I'm gonna check all the connectors just to make sure that they are good. I'm gonna wiggle them just to see if I can have if I can make one of them go out. If that's the case, then obviously I'm gonna tighten everything up. But it may have something to do with voltage, because it seems like as soon as I start moving the car, meaning the RPMs go up while the car is moving, then they shut off. If I idle the car, leave it idle, and then I raise the RPMs, nothing happens. But as soon as the RPMs go up while the car is moving, then all of a sudden they shut off. So we'll keep you posted.